Hey, let's spend a few minutes with one of the most loved autumn poems in Chinese. It comes from the Tang dynasty, about 1200 years ago. The poet is Du Mu, a man famous for clear, crisp lines. The poem is called Mountain Walk. Here it is, all 4 lines. Afar I climbed the cold mountain by a slanting stone path. Where white clouds rise, there are dwellings of men. I stopped my carriage, for I love the maple woods at evening. The frosted leaves are redder than second-month flowers. Let's go line by line, starting with the first. Far up the cold mountain, a stone path slants. Notice the word cold. The mountain feels chilly, it's deep autumn. And the path isn't straight, it zigzags up the slope. So you can feel the slow climb before anyone appears. The word gun, far, tells us the mountain is distant and high. Shrijing, the stone path, means someone has walked here before. A wild mountain, but with a thin thread of human presence. Line 2, where the white clouds are born, there are people's homes. The clouds don't just drift, they're born, they rise from the valley. Way up where you'd think no one could live, there's a house. That one word, homes, makes the cold mountain suddenly warm. It also tells us the poet is looking up, way up. The dwelling is tiny against the vast mountain. But it's there, smoke, a roof, a life going on. The wilderness and the human world are folded together. Line 3, I stopped the carriage, because I love the maple woods at evening. Now here's a tricky little word, joa, which you might think means sit. But in classical Chinese, zoa here means because. So he stops the carriage because he's fallen for the evening maples. Notice he's in a carriage. He wasn't planning to hike. He was just passing through, on his way somewhere else. But the evening light on the maples stops him cold. That's the poem's hinge. A planned journey turns into a pause of love. Line 4. The frosted leaves are redder than second-month flowers. Second month means early spring, when blossoms are freshest. And he says the frost-bitten maples are redder than even those. That's the whole turn. Autumn isn't decline, it's a second spring. Most Tang poets sigh when autumn comes. Leaves falling, the year dying. That's the usual mood. But Du Mu flips it. The frost makes the leaves more beautiful, not less. It's a quiet rebellion against the sad autumn tradition. One thing people love to argue about is that word xie, slanting. In Tang pronunciation, it rhymed with ya and ga. All 3 end-of-line words chime together. Today we'd read it as xia, but some teachers still say xia to keep the rhyme. Either way, that slant is doing real work. It's how the path, and the poem, climb. There's also a small variant. Some old editions write bin sun chu, deep where clouds are, instead of sung chu, where clouds are born. Sun feels still and static. Sung feels alive, breathing. Most readers prefer sung. Du Mu lived in the late Tang, when the dynasty was starting to fray. He served as a regional official, saw a lot of the empire's roads. Maybe that's why his poem feels like a real journey, not a daydream. He's known for lines that don't waste a single character. This poem is the perfect example. 28 characters, a whole mountain appears. Cold stone, white cloud, red leaf. 3 colors, 3 textures. No lament, no sighing about autumn. Just looking and loving what he sees. So next time you see maples turning red, remember old Du Mu. He'd tell you the frost isn't ending anything. It's just lighting a new fire on the hillsides. Autumn can be a beginning too, if you stop and look. Thanks for walking the mountain with me. For lines, 1200 years, still glowing. I'll see you next time. Stay warm out there.
远上寒山石径斜，白云生处有人家。停车坐爱枫林晚，霜叶红于二月花。